Good morning, everyone. How's it going today? I started a few minutes early, so let me just get everything opened up here. Mark to Chief. Dan, thank you for the donation in the lobby there. I appreciate it. Okay, let me see what else has been said in the YouTube chat. I had to pull it up on the YouTube window here. Again, Dan, thank you for that. I'm not going to comment on that one, Ginger. You've already got both ships, Sora? Terrible. What's with the question mark? I set this stream up like 2 weeks ago, didn't I? Sora, you're saying the console's wrong? We'll check that out. Um, okay. Tim, Bridger, Dark Ghost, Sam, how's it going? Sora, thank you for the one-on-one membership there. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, probably tomorrow afternoon, evening would be best. Google searching Merc Worker ships. Is there one that has the best turn rate? I'm thinking sector space specifically. I don't know there. If you're looking for a ship for sector space, it's the Protostar. The Protostar is absolutely the best ship to use for sector space travel. Dan, thank you for the T1 sub over on Twitch. I appreciate it. Toxin, that was a fast maintenance indeed. The psi abilities for RNG splits. I mean, we don't need uncon for our run, Steven. Okay, so before I hop into the game, a 20% bonus send sale, a 20% lobby sale, and a 15% key sale have been announced on PC. The key and lobby sales are running until the 7th. The Zen sale is running until the 17th. So if you're looking to pick up Zen, this is a great time to do so, and especially if you have the ability to buy your Zen through Epic, which is for those of you with a linked account or that natively play through Epic. They extended their 20% rewards. So on top of the packs just being cheaper over there, you're getting 20% of that back. So if I hit buy now here, you can see that of the 160 that the 23,000 Zen would cost, that I'd be getting 32 of that back to I'd be getting that 32 back as epic rewards to then be able to use on future Zen purchases. I can't English right now. And of course, if you're buying your Zen through the Epic Game Store, I'd appreciate it if you could use, that creator code CasualSAB. Yeah. Let it begin already? I need more coffee because I apparently cannot English at all. The Lieutenant Commander slot, I mean, weren't we doing like DOC3? No, Warp Core, I cannot. Okay. Yeah, I mean, DOC3 is what I'd go for a non-uncon setup where you don't need Gravwall. And apparently I don't have a combat buff up, so let's fix that. Okay, so let's verify here that the buyout is actually just 2,500 Zen. It is, okay. I'm going to do one zone of the Voth battle zone, and just knock that cost down a little bit, so I'm going to head over there. Waldo, how's it going? Archimagos? It is very laggy. I can't believe it. Lag in STO? Yeah, the transporter's the easiest way to do it, but everyone's going to be camping that. Unfortunately, most people are aware of the transporter area being the fastest. Red Alert event extended an extra day. I surprisingly did not actually do the Red Alert event this time. I forgot about it, and then... Oh, wow, yeah, that's laggy. Yeah, I forgot about it, and... Yeah. I swap to a less active instance. Is it any better? Like, it's one T6X upgrade, right? Like, I'm not... I'm not exactly in dire need for an upgrade. Like, it's basically free, I know. Um... But I maintain a stockpile of those upgrades, so it wasn't something I really needed myself. Aw, damn it. But Squidman, how's it going? Everyone's got the same idea. Literally everyone's got the same idea. Oh, am I gonna get dinos too? Did I just luck into a zone with dinos ready? I can't believe it. Wait,
All 3 silos are under Allied control. Excellent work.
did that not get me my... I guess that doesn't count as a zone here for that.
Transporters. Troops inbound.
Where's the Endeavor when you need it? Yeah. Not a cap. Okay. Spectre, I literally just started the game. I'm gonna get to it, but I need to... I just want to reduce the buyout cost. Yeah, I think a lot of people are in Vothland. There we go. Yeah, that right there is the easiest way to get the daily done, is take out one of the teleporter zones, and that's the daily. But everyone's going to be camping that. This is laggy. Look at the neckraft bottom right. Let me put that somewhere where you can get better contrast to actually see it. Yeah, definitely some lag spikes right there. But that is the first day of the event done for me, so I'm just gonna buy it out so I can test the ship out. Okay, now I'm gonna head back to New ROM, and I need to find a character with the T6 box on it for the Atlas. Terrible, Ryan. No, I mean, you do what works best for you. Yep, that's the current meta. Just give me a second. I need to hit something here quick in a different window. Mia, how's it going? Phase, biomatter, dual heavy cannons, yeah. Use whatever visuals you like. Setting up the Trafalgar right now. Now we're just waiting for maps to load. Okay. Perfect. Trafalgar. And do I have my upgrades on my character or in the bank? Looks like on the character. I got to get rid of some ships here quickly. So let's just dry dock. Or I don't need to dry dock that. I have it reclaimable. So Burma. And let's get rid of this too. Okay. I did not see what the name was for the Trafalgar, but I'll take care of that in a moment. But let me just name this Voth Stronghold. I named the ships what the ships are named, like what their actual names is nowadays, because you know, you don't know if the game is just going to change the name of the ship sometimes. Like the what is it? The fleet in Norway is currently called the Cyclone. Scuba, thank you for the resub, really appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, I gotta find the Trafalgar in my list here. Okay. Hmm. Let's get this upgraded. Yeah, we'll look at the console up in space here in a moment, but let me just get this cleared out. So, I don't know if I wasn't clear enough about it in the video yesterday, but the console off of the Voth ship, that is a revive console. So that brings you back to life if you die in combat. Like, it's something you get to hit once your ship is blown up, basically. Okay, Trafalgar. Cardassian, Keldon, and Galore ship or skin has been showing a dark hole material on the ship, Taylor. Interesting. No wide arc torp on the Voth event ship. You know, I forgot to check. Let me swap back over to that quick. First did I doing good. It's a great time for Stowe right now. Really nice free ship that we're getting here. Yeah, there's no wide angle torp on it. That's an error. Because the original one had that wide angle what is it? Chronoton transphasic torpedo. Wasn't good. It was like notoriously bad, but still. Is not here. And yeah, the console off of the Voth ship, the repair ship, like you don't get to hit that in combat. That's like like I said, that's a revive console. So if you die, you get to use that to bring your ship back to life without needing to respawn. Singo, how's it going? Yeah, try the 20% bonus send happening after the bundle sale is a bit questionable. But still, it's good to have it. Yeah. So in space, Sora, it says the 15%. It's on ground, it shows the 2%. Yeah, this is a good looking ship, and I believe with some of the vanity shields, it looks pretty good too. So showing this ship off on stream later today, I imagine. But I can show you guys a couple of vanity shields real quick. Let's go Tholian and Kiddamer. So I'm not going to go through every single vanity shield. I believe you'll see people like Endeavor and Mac, go and do their vanity shield videos for this. But let me do like Baul. Oh wow, the way that it's got like red eyes at the front there, that's awesome. Yeah, Mac and Endeavor. I'm gonna Ryan, just for you, I'm gonna call Mac Mark now from now on. Mara, how's it going? There's the platinum vanity shield. You can see the pink shield back there. And here's section 31. Is she a big ship? Yeah, there's a lot going on in the in-game chat. If that's yeah, I'm just gonna minimize chat for now. Really tempted to buy this ship out. I mean, it costs less than what a standard Zen ship would cost. I really like the like a bronze I can't English the color scheme it's got by default. Some days I just cannot put words together, and today's one of those days. Kiddamer Alliance from the store. Yes, thank you, boy. It's nice that the free ship does not suck. Yeah, it's a good little ship. But I'm gonna swap back to the Trafalgar for right this second. And I wanna play around with that first. At least just get it leveled up. Do like a TFO or two with it. Yeah, I showed the bottle. Viva, yeah. Then we have the Atlas 2 here. Yeah, I mean, the Vodwar Juggernaut and the Legendary Avenger are still better ships, but this is, the Voth Stronghold is really nice budget alternative. Like, it's not perfect, I'll admit that, but it's still like really good. I thought I had one of these Pulse Omnis already bound to me. Hold on. Nope. And I'm going to compromise and put the Pavin Omni on. Do you want to ask the chat to vote if you should get the Gorn Pirate Hunter or the Atlas? Is CSV still the meta, or beams are in a much better state if you have the Fire at Will trait from the Breen Dread, but yeah, I mean, beams are more competitive. Cannons are still still in the lead. Pretoria, no new news. They did like a change a couple weeks ago, and then it's been silent ever since. Yeah, guys, if you have any input for everyone there, everyone wants y'all to give them feedback. Okay. I'm going to set this up. Just give me a moment here. Yeah, this console from the Trafalgar, the Atlas 2, it seems to be the exact same as what we were shown last week. Now to grab all of my consoles and see which of them that I forget. Leave the original skin, it looks better. Yeah, I'll take a look at the ship Taylor here in a few. Just slapping the consoles on here. Fleet power, I've got Credence on. What am I missing here? Hold on a second. Missing Chronom Chronophage. Missing Voven, of course. That's a pretty big one. That one's gonna be right in front of me too. And what am I dropping here? I'm dropping the broadside console. Oof. I don't want to do that. Let me just put the broadside console back on for the moment. Do we have a 5-3 sovereign yet? No. No, we do not. Okay, so I'm doing beams here, so I'm going to do beta, fire at wheel 3. Let's do just a CSV one here, and then the torp spread one, that's fine. For the Lieutenant Commander Universal, I'm going to have a grav well there, of course. Then I'm going to take advantage of some of the pilot abilities. So just bear with me while I get this all sorted out. Can do clean getaway. And then for the instant slot, I'll just leave it like that. Do jam sensors, scramble. And I guess this is fine. I don't normally run emergency powered weapons anymore. So what I'm gonna do here instead, I could do eject warp plasma and emit unstable warp bubble. There we go. Perfect. Would I say it's worth 1.5 billion? No, absolutely not. Let me just see what else I'm missed here. Do I know when the next story content will drop? I would imagine in the next month or so. Is pilot specialist any good in general besides the flight and turn speed? There are a couple of decent pilot abilities nowadays, like clean getaway, fly her apart. Those are good. But I mean, pilot's not a specialization that I personally look for when I'm looking at ships. So this setup will work for right now. Okay. Now to the fun of setting up the tray. This is mostly a themed setup also, so for those of you that want to see more themed setups, I mean, I guess here you go. Get the fire will there. Just bear with me. You guys know how fun it is getting this all set up. Just getting everything dragged onto the tray. So that's all my bridge officer abilities handled. Now for the fun part. Should have my Ilios toggles here, that'd be good. I just have a specific way that I tend to set up my trays, and that's just what I'm going through and doing right this second. Did I not put deuterium devices on? Is the screen blurry for everyone else? What bit rate or what resolution are you watching at? Because this is going 1080p 20 meg. Like, the video quality should be about the same as like a video. Server still on fire? I mean, when I was down at the Voth battle zone, it wasn't looking that great, so probably not. Okay, deuterium's on the tray. Yeah, as far as I can tell, the console off of this ship is still the same as what was shown last week. Bordicus has said that the team is open to, looking into it, to making adjustments, because they want the console to be good. But as is, I suspect that the console in its current launch state is really, really just quite bad. Truthfully, with the Trafalgar, there's basically no current performance reason for you to get this ship. It's really a theme ship. That's the best way to look at this right now. Like the Trafalgar, you're getting it because you want the Atlas with a better bridge officer setup. Acid reflux really sucks. Terrible. Just get the Shangri-La at Sea Store. Yeah, I mean this is a very slight improvement over the Shangri-La. Never enough cooldown unless you hit global, yeah. Would be nice if you could copy tray layouts, yes. Yeah, I'm still using 26, 27, and 31 for the Borgdorfs. Will the Obina console be fixed? I have no idea, Phil. Is Isomag meta no longer meta? The Isomags still work first to die, but the current meta is very console spam. Like all the console clickies, you just spam them a ton. Like this is like what a meta setup right now for like pugging and just doing general content would be, like a bunch of universal consoles that you're just spamming with unconventional systems and the Voven console. Isomags still work. In fact, the DPS records are still set with Isomag setups, but that's a very different environment. Like the reason isomags are used for like DPS record setting is because the runs are too fast for uncon. You know, we're talking about infected runs being done in as quick as 15 seconds, infected elite, and hive runs that are pushing towards sub 20-second as well. So that's why it sort of still sees some use there. Okay, so I'm set up for fire at will here. I'm going to level the ship up. I've got the combat log started. Let me start the parser. Not meta doesn't mean bad, though. Exactly. You can still do a million DPS with a lot of different things. Everyone, they don't draw any energy. The Chronophage, yeah, it's really good. It does a lot of damage, and it shuts the enemy shields offline. It's really cheap on the exchange, just a couple million EC. It's absolutely worth it. Can I get like a... There we go. Deal disruptor damage, space, and grunt. Okay, I'll worry about that later. I'm going to go level this ship up now. I'm going to do a Wanted Argala on Elite. The Chronophage. It's a really good universal console. How bad is the ship's console? The ship's console sacrifices your shields to give you some bridge officer cooldown reduction. And I forgot to put it back on, but I'll take a look at it in an actual run, like after this. I don't want to burn my buffs on that first wave.
You have entered an area. Looks like our fight got them to notice us. Let's go over and ask if their boss might come out of hiding. Keep concentrating fire on individual ships. Separate them and whittle down their numbers. We will not go quietly. You will stand down and surrender to the Benson Guard. Sensors are picking up small habitations in some of the asteroids, possibly consistent with coal holes and temporary hideouts. We do what we want, where we want.
The pulse phaser shoots so fast.
Jamming that spectrum of their comms now, but it was probably a call for assistance. I'm taking you with me.
Okay, there we go.
Excellent work. We'll send over a pacification party and take the suspect into custody.
Spencer, you are killing Croesus quality crate sales.
Thank you for
Is
your
it possible to get a million DPS infected conduit regular? I really don't know. I think that there may just not be enough hit points in that map. This is a... so the Trafalgar is a lockbox ship, which means it's a single character unlock. It still irks me. The text bubbles are to the sides for you guys. Well, on PC, we get to customize where the stuff pops up. Like, I hit F12 on my keyboard, and it lets me move where the things are on the entire HUD. Like, if I want to move my tray to the top left for some reason, I can do that. And I can, you know, move it back. That's just one of the perks here is, yeah, we get to customize all that. How good is the Phasal Lance off the Vesta now that it has been unlocked? I haven't tested it, to be honest with you. Yeah, the Endeavors were not nice to me there. Has someone on console made a report, like, on the official Discord? Because, like, if you have an issue with the game, if you want it to be fixed or get any attention, you have to bring it up over on that Discord now. Like, if you don't have Discord, like, I would strongly recommend you make a Discord account so you can, you know, participate over there and report issues that you're encountering. Is the console from this ship any good? In its current state, no. In its current state, the console from this ship, like on paper, it looks pretty bad. I'm going to put it on and actually try it out now. So I'm going to drop the dilithium transporter, which is what I traditionally use to remove my weapon power cost. So I'm going to put the Trafalgar console on as soon as I can find it here. Spirit of Sacrifice. And I'm going to I'm going to spam that console. There we go. I'm just going to put that console right onto my spam bar, which is trays 10 and 1. And I'm going to go into an infected and we'll see what happens. Mark, how's it going? The Vesta has a Phaser Lance console from what I recall. I just don't recall it being that special, but it's been so long since I tested it that I can't say for sure. Okay, I'm going to do a public queue of infected just to do a run testing this console out. Okay, so I'm going to hit the ability. It's going to take my shields off and give me some cooldown reduction. Now, for my attack abilities, because of the short cooldown they have, that was always going to happen. I guess pay attention to the rest of my bridge officer abilities in this, and perhaps I should remove Boimler. Yeah, I'm going to remove Boimler. Beta 3. There's basically... The only reason to use attack power in Omega is if you're doing Assault Formation Theta. If you're not doing Assault Formation Theta right now, you basically should only be using Beta.
The situation is...
There just isn't really any value. So they said that this is a potential Boimler replacement. We're going to drop Boimler. I'll put Superior Beam Training on. There we go. Can this console replace Boimler? I already know the answer, but I want to demonstrate it.
Scanning the nanite trench. Gone. Additional data is available. The nanite probe to repair the trench. Stop them.
Fire wheel misfired. I believe I read that it does come with the Bulwark skin, Mark, and thank you for the donation there. I appreciate it. I believe I've read from others that it comes with that skin.
Probe is closing in on a transporter. Destroy it. A probe is closing in on a transporter. Destroy it.
go. So yeah, Mark, yeah, based on everything I've heard, it comes with the Bulwark skin, and again, thank you for the dono. Grumpy, thank you for the 20, I appreciate it. Orange chicken, man, oh no. Some orange chicken does sound good. It definitely does not fix misfires, indeed. That looks like every random ISC I do now, yeah. What's painful is when you're doing like an ISC and someone's just sitting in the center the entire time and takes out all the spheres. That's like, oh, well, this run's not going to give me any good results. Does it reduce grab wheel to 15 seconds? It does not reduce abilities beyond their minimum cooldown. This man can pronounce Asclepius, but can't fully say donation. Terrible. The issue with this console is, like, it was basically not up for the majority of the run. Like, 2-minute cooldown. But the tooltip is still the bug tooltip that we saw on the stream the other day. I need to show what it does to like a Gravwell, I need to take it into another patrol here quick. So let's go to like Jupiter. There are too many ship traits and not enough slots these days. Darth, your damage was 204. The Stronghold is also genuinely good for anyone reading. Yeah, I mean, it's got flaws, sure, but it's a good ship. Pulse Phaser's doing some work there. The console, just with how it's currently designed, like, just the on paper numbers of this console is that it's not really that impressive. Like, what I said in my initial stats breakdown last week, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed since then. So the amount of cooldown reduction this console provides is going to depend on what, like, how much of your shield capacity it's able to take, like what the total shields are. So I'm going to hit a grapple and then hit the console. I mean, it took Gravwell back down to its minimum cooldown, but the issue is that you can only hit it every 2 minutes. Like that, and Bridge Officer cooldown reduction is already pretty effectively handled by like the Boimler effect. The Ilios console also contributes there. The endeavors we have, you know, those, as small as those amounts are, those will eventually, you know, have a contributing factor as well. Then there's the whatever cooldown reduction you're getting from your skill tree. The issue is really they were hoping that Bridge Officer cooldown reduction was going to, like, this console providing Bridge Officer cooldown reduction was going to shake things up, but it just doesn't have any impact because it's already covering something that's really, really well covered. And the issue is, like, it's on a really expensive ship. For the cost of one of these Trafalgars, I could buy 25 to 30 Boimler effects for, you know, 25 to 30 characters. So for what this ship costs for one character, I can buy a cheaper solution that doesn't eat up a console slot for half of my account. Yeah, I mean, there's ways that they can improve it, but right now, the way it's currently implemented, no. What if they added a console cooldown too, so it's like an alternative oven? I mean, look, if they want to give us more console cooldown reduction, they're welcome to. But, like I put in my video last week, there's other ways for them to give, or other things that they can give cooldown reduction to with this console. They can also increase the uptime of the passive. Yeah. Does it come with the TOS skin? Yeah, it should come with the original Atlas skin. Yeah, I would say that the Stronghold, the free Voth ship, is more impressive to me right now than the Trafalgar. Like the Trafalgar, you can make it look like the original Atlas. So I mean, if you're a fan of the original Atlas and you want something that's going to perform well, the Trafalgar can do that. You've also got some updated visuals if you want to do something different, and there is multiple customization options here. Like you have multiple nacelle options. Pylon's just the 2. The neck is just the 2. Saucer. But you can go in, you can hit randomize. I'll go back. Get some really unique combinations there if you want. You can play around with this in the tailor and find some unique design that you like with it, if you're a fan of the Atlas. Yeah. It's just a very pretty, expensive skin, yeah. The trait, yeah, I guess I can take a look at the trait here. Wild critical, so when inflicting or receiving a critical hit, you can summon a Wild Weasel Shuttlecraft in. Yeah, let's do another TFO. I'm gonna beam back up to space, and I'll find out what trait I want to drop for that. Spencer is sadly cursed with the Midwest accent. Terrible. Yeah, I do need to see if that trait's actually going to be worth using, though, so thank you for reminding me. So let's drop sad here, and I'll put the wild critical trait on. We're going to leave Boimler off and just rely entirely on the console from the ship, which doesn't do good enough for me to rely on it, but just going to roll with it. Okay, while the critical's on, I'm going to do public queue of Hive Onslaught Elite if you want to join. Kind of looks like the NX Enterprise refit blown up with air. With 2 extra nacelles. Yeah, it's a space Barbie ship. So the console does not reduce your cooldowns below their minimums. So like it just doesn't do anything special. Yeah, we'll see here shortly how the rest of the or how the trait does here in Hive. I don't have my real time up, unfortunately. My survivability just dropped. I detect Hellbore. Feedback's... yeah, feedback. Feedback got us. Epic. So if you have the ability to buy through Epic, the point is you're also getting the Epic rewards. So the Epic rewards, like if you have the ability to buy through the Epic Game Store, you're getting 20% of your purchase back as Epic rewards then afterwards, which you can use then to buy more Zen. What is a good Infinity Pack console to get? I know Whole Image Refractors generally does pretty well. Aren't they planning to nerf Hellbore? They already implemented a bunch of fixes for it, but the issue is it's still like it's proccing like crazy. It still does way too many activations. As soon as the shields dropped on some of those targets, like the numbers shot up a bit. That's why I'm thinking there might have been Hellbore. Let's see. Terrible Dan. You could feel it when the shields drop on a target and Dan, I'm just joking, you're fine. When you see the shields drop and the target just instantly take a big hit, that's typically from Hellbore. Okay, so wild critical. So the wild weasels, they did 487 DPS for me in that hive run. I'm gonna double check that here. Was it as wild as the name suggests? Oh, there was a second line for him. Okay. So, yeah, like right around 500 DPS for the trait. I'm going to forget that I have that trait and probably never use it again. Okay, so my thoughts on the Trafalgar. It's a nice skin. Like, if you want to fly a better Atlas, it's a better Atlas. But the accessories on it don't have... They're not even on the same level as what the original Atlas had. Like, if they want this to be a DPRM, not replacement, but something on the level of the DPRM, they have a lot of work to do to get it there. Because as is, if I had to summarize it with one word, bad. Terrible. Okay, let's go over to the Voth Stronghold. Their threat tools, how many hits did they take? That's a good point. That is a good point. How many hits did they take? Damage taken. Can I... $16... 65 on that wild weasel. So I could be blind. I might be missing some of them, but 16 plus 65 plus 10. So yeah, like 91. 91, and I had a total of 555 attacks. So yeah, I mean, they did take some of the heat off of me, especially Wild Weasel 232 right there. I think when I'm thinking about what the issue could be there, it could be that the 10-second cap between spawning them is just too long. Like, you're only allowed to spawn them in one every 10 seconds, and that may just be too slow. Okay, let's do anti-proton on the, the Solnay Dyson spheres where you want to head to. The sphere space allied zone. I don't remember. Is that the one of the Dyson spawn or transwarps takes you into the fleet one? Yeah, I guess that should be it. Yeah, everyone, that should take you there. Time to build out the Voth ship. Yep. That's true, Mara. You can transwarp through the event screen as well. There you go. Yeah, I just can't justify giving up a trade slot for what I just saw there. Okay, what are the other consoles in this Voth set again? The reflective shield amplifier. And... oh, did not mean to do that. I don't know where that console just went in my inventory. I don't know if I have the full Voth console set here to try that out. Aceton field generator. What is the default loadout that it comes with? You'd have to go back in the stream, Dude Master, to see, but it doesn't come with the wide angle torp like the original did. Good thing there's a Louis sale indeed. Yeah, do they let you... is it bugged out? Can you run both ward repairs right now? That'd be funny if so. Wow, they've got it locked. I mean, it is technically a shield console because you have to drain your shields to use it. Yeah, I know. The wide angle torp sucked. But still, it was something different. Okay, I'm going to just run the console that comes off this ship so I can show you guys how it works. And for the rest of this, I'm just going to set this up like every other build I do. So let me just grab all the consoles again and give me a few minutes to get this all set up. That's how it goes nowadays. Brenham. The easier thing for me to do is just go back to... I'm just going to swap to the mirror angle and grab the consoles off of it. Steven, yeah, obfuscation screen. Viper, probably not. Generally, the issue with, like, cloaking in this game is... in order to fully buff it up, you need to be on, like, a Romulan, for instance, with the certain set of bridge officers. It's just not something worth chasing for most people. It might be Chadwick, I don't remember. at least the free ship rocks to definitely play the event, yeah. I personally wouldn't bother trying to chase like the three-piece battle cloak. It just isn't really going to be worth it, in my opinion. And with this being a Merc Worker ship, I can run my normal set of consoles plus the Revive console. Well, it's more from the fact of, like, even from like an off-meta perspective, if if you're not on a Romulan captain or a Klingon recruit that has bridge officers to extend the duration of Cloak Ambush, then your Cloak Ambush is, at most just a couple of seconds. So you're not really seeing much benefit from it. It really ends up being more of a negative than a benefit, in my opinion. Okay, I've got basically everything on. Let me just find Energy Amp there. Is the Atlas 2 any good? The ship is fine. The accessories on it right now are just not that impressive to me. Yeah, visually it looks good. Yeah, absolutely. Geekstar, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I mean, if you want to play around with the cloak, if you want to use your resources to go for that set, you do whatever is best for you. It's just my recommendation is if you're not on the Romulan, with how they currently have the cloaking stuff set up, I wouldn't bother. Okay, here's the question. Am I gonna set this up with Bowl anti-proton fire at will, or do you guys want me to do cannons on this? What do you want? Because I can do like just a generic plasma CSV setup on this, or I can do uh like anti-proton cannons, turrets, CSV. You want to see ERL? I don't hate myself enough. Um, okay. So cannons are very much winning right now in chat. I'm going to put some cannons on here. And we'll see how this ship, with its base turn rate of 7, is able to handle the cannons. Spoiler, it'll be perfectly fine. So weakness on the ship is that you'll probably end up being put into a position where you have to run like a OSS 1 or 2. In fact, with CSV, I should be able to run 2. So let me get this sorted out here. I'm going to run a dummy beam overload. I've got a dummy torp spread on. I've got a chemo, a beta. I mean, that's perfectly fine right there. I can do Gravwell 1 here. I can do a scramble. It's not perfect, but that'll work. For the Merc Worker, I gotta change this back over to Merc Worker Specialization. And I can do Mixed Armament Synergy. I can do Narrow Sensor Bands. And then here I can do like a mid-unstable warp bubble for an uncon. Not perfect, but it'll work. Traits-wise, I'll have to fix this back over to CSV and take the Hellbore off. Oh, it's already basically there. Okay. Superior area denial. The traits are actually all set up perfectly fine. Boimler's back on. Good. Let me make sure my duty officers are all there. Everything is fine. Max powered weapons, rest to auxiliary. And now the fun part of rebuilding the tray for the 15th time today. Just bear with me while I do this fun part. The unfortunate thing with like taking the shield distribution things off of my tray is that they'll just dump themselves back onto my tray randomly in the future, so I'm just going to leave them there. So CSV first, attack pattern beta, chemosite, beam overload, the torp spread. Then I'm going to put the particle conversion matrix console on my tray, adaptive. Just bear with me. Just got to drag all this onto the tray. And hope I get everything in the correct spot. Now to find all the abilities that did not get put onto my tray by default. Garthon? The Stronghold power slides like a boss. Prime, thank you. Let ChatGPT build a ship. So Ian, the thing with ChatGPT is that it's going to pull from stuff that was put on like Reddit and older content a couple years ago. It's not going to be up to date. It can probably give you a cohesive build, but it's basically going to be looking at like the Stow build subreddit, Stow better. You know, it's just going to be looking at the existing resources to tell you how to put something together, and it's not guaranteed to be right. Quite frequently, the AI stuff will like hallucinate, make stuff up. Like those tools, whenever you're using any of the AI tools, which they're not actually AI, they're machine learning. Whenever you're using any of those, they are very prone to give you inaccurate information, and you always have to keep that in mind. You cannot fully trust them at all. And I think that's everything on my tray. I feel like I'm missing something. The Krenim console I definitely am not seeing on my tray, so Krenim Chronophage, where are you? Okay, let's go with that. I've got the Voth Ward repair ship console on, and what you're going to see is that the console literally does nothing unless you die. So I'm going to go level this up in another Argala, and we'll see how it goes. Let me put the parser back on. Yeah, LLMs definitely just constantly give you terrible results. Get it to watch all of Merritt's videos. I mean, it'll look at, some of them will look at like the transcripts, right?
You haven't. Looks like our fight got them to notice us. Let's go over and ask if their boss might come out of hiding. Keep concentrating fire on individual ships. separate them and whittle down their numbers. We will not go quietly. You will stand down and surrender to the Benson Guard. Sensors are picking up small habitations in some of the asteroids, possibly consistent with Volvo's temporary hideout. We do what we want, where we want. Picked up a tight beam.
Yeah, the Voth ship will be perfectly fine as a beam boat. Yeah.
Spectrum of their comms now, but it was probably a call for assistance.
Basically, if a ship works fine for cannons, it'll work fine for beams.
That's got them. Excellent work. We'll send over a pacification party, take the suspect into
There we
custody.
go. Legendary battlecruiser in the mirror. Nice. Yeah, those are both fun.
Thank you for your assistance. And we have the suspect.
Feels like a VOD jug with hanger given as event. It's a good little ship. Well, not little. It's a bit bigger. Yeah, I realized the mistake as soon as I said that. Yeah, the mirror bundle is slept on. The Mirror Universe bundle, that's 3,900 Zen during a bundle sale, and that gets you the legendary Dreadnought Cruiser, the trying to sell version of the Galaxy from the TNG finale. Like that's a really good ship. Like legitimately, for 39 bucks in the store, that's a really good starter ship. It's not necessarily the highest meta capable ship, but it's so good. And if that console from it could be taken off to use on other ships, like when we were doing fleet power like supported runs, there was a discussion of having someone just dedicated sitting in that ship to use that console, but the cost was we'd lose a Type 7, a Beta Type 7s in the run. Okay, here's the rest of the people in this instance. So here's a what appears to be a Defiant. I mean, this is a big ship, but it's not the biggest, you know? If I compare this to something like the Breen Dread, like the Breen Dread, the Assimilator, like there's a lot of ships that are much bigger than this nowadays. Like, yeah, this is a big ship. Oh no, Adamant. Did the Voth console do any damage in the last run? Geekster, the Voth console only does... The Voth console that this ship comes from, or that comes with this ship, is only usable when you die. You have to die to use it. Oh, that's a lot of people all of a sudden. It's a revive console. Take a look at the Galore. Yeah, I can do that. So let's go to SOB here. I believe SOB's got the Keldon. Have some boba tea. I hear it's disgusting. Enjoy. Why, thank you, Grumpy. And thank you for the 5. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it's just a revive console, so if you die, you can use it to bring yourself back. How much a Protostar beam sells for? That's going to depend on the platform you're on, and those aren't really high demand weapons. So you're saying that there's like a new dark material in here? Darthon? No, I have not. Yeah, I mean, I don't like that. Certainly is not a newer material because that looks a bit lower res. I don't see a difference between Type 1 and Type 2. Oh, the difference is the color of the deflector, blue or red. Yeah, I'm not seeing a change here. Like the Type 3, I believe, is the newest material, and that was added with the Keldon. So yeah, I don't see a difference there. Yeah, the Cardassian ships. I mean, I would love to see an upgraded version of those, like a remastered skin, but yeah, they're a bit rough. Do I have the Cardassian trio ships? There's a darker one in there. I do. If someone like, do you know which one specifically? I mean, yeah, they look bad. It's yeah, they're just dated skins. Hmm. Let's go into a TFO now. But yeah, here's a Breen Dread. Like, look at the size difference. Like, yeah, the Voth ship here, the Stronghold, it's a big ship, but compared to the newer, bigger ships that we've been getting, like that's much bigger. Typically, the rules in PvP are going to be determined by the groups that are organizing the event. So, like, if there's someone doing like when Data was around doing like the tier 5 PvPs, they had a certain rule set that everyone participating had to follow. Otherwise, they would be removed from the event. Did the trait do any damage? I haven't tested that yet. So the issue is Asclepius Engine. That's going to basically go off of whatever your first heal is in that 10 seconds, and it's going to do that damage to the opponent. So I don't have any heal on here that I think would actually work for it. Well, I guess Brace for Impact, but yeah, I mean, I'll try the trait, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to put Asclepius Engine on, and we'll see how it goes. Hello, Kenobi. John, the rules in PvP would be made by the groups that are organizing the event that you're joining. Like that's how a lot of PvP is done now, where it's done in a more organized setting for those doing it, so that everyone involved is following a certain rule set. Your typical PvP queues aren't gonna pop like they used to. So if you really want to get involved in that scene, typically, finding a community doing them that's doing events, that would be your route to doing PvP on a frequent basis. Okay, I'm gonna do public queue of infected the conduit elite again, and let's just see how it goes. Yeah, so my expectation is that this console is going to work off the very first heal in the 10 seconds, so we'll find out. This is a tier 6 version of the Bulwark. Yeah, at this point, like, I have no intention of ever, like, really covering PvP in any depth on the channel. Neos, no, it does not. Yeah, if you want PvP coverage, I'd recommend you join, like, one of the PvP Discords. Brett does some PvP videos, but I don't know how active Brett's been recently. I haven't really looked.
Scanning the nanite transformer. Got it.
I forgot to hit my Credence console. I'm slacking today. CSV misfire. Unfortunate. And someone's group of the spheres up in the center. No.
Probe is closing in on a transport. Destroy it.
That was a horrible run. I used to PvP, but it's just a waste of time in this game, in my opinion. I think a lot of people... There's some great people in the PvP scene, but there's also some people that just aren't pleasant to be around. There's major balance issues because the devs are not at all in touch with many in-game things, and especially PvP. Like, there's basically no balance at all for PvP stuff. So, like, that part of the game is just really rough. Yeah, Darthon, that was just a completely botched run. Like, that sucked. Still 1.5, but having CSV misfire right there, that was really unfortunate. I don't know what's going on with Oscar. One window is showing... Okay, let's pull up CLA. Okay. So, I mean, cannons did good. Having CSV misfire there was really unfortunate, but I mean, the numbers were good. How did Eclepius do? What was my incoming? I had 54% of the incoming damage. And for some reason, Oscar's messing up there. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong tab, duh. Okay, so I don't think Asclepius or whatever did anything for me because I didn't hit any heals. And DPRM, of course, doesn't count for it. So DPRM, of course, doesn't count for it, which means that you have to use like an actual plus hit points heal, so like brace for impact, hazard emitters, something like that, which I don't really use that often because they're not great. Can I die and show how the revive console works? Yeah, I can go into, I'm going to go into Hive. I'm going to go into Hive Onslaught Elite, just private, and I'm going to die. DPRM is the Dynamic Power Redistributor module. That gives you a damage buff for 20 seconds when you hit it, plus 100 bonus damage resistance, and plus 500% hull regen. So it's a huge damage buff and also a huge heal. Mark to Chief, indeed. I mean, John, I used to do a lot of PvP, but just I saw the way that the game was going and just lost interest. Bismarck, if we see a log like that, we would just remove it and ban the person that uploaded it. Did they make any changes to the Trafalgar console before going live? Nope. So I do expect the Trafalgar console will change in a future patch, but right now it's not anything special. Yeah, Darthon, I know. I did not mean to hit that. Now I can use the revive console. And look at that, I'm back to life. With all of my abilities lost though, so... I mean, it worked. You guys just saw it revive me there, but... Now we need to see what did the trait do, because I did hit brace for impact, which should have caused it to do some damage. It did something, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's you're dying, which does result in you losing all of the buffs you actively had up. So, yeah, I mean, the revive console, it'll bring you back to life, but you know, all the buffs that you had, like you've lost that momentum. Like this is a console too. So it's very important to note that this revive console's been in the game for 12 years. This is just a new, upgraded, enhanced version of the version that we got with the original Bulwark back in 2013. So it's got the passives added to it and the plus 50 max all powered subsystems, but you know you've still lost all that momentum you had. Like it's a good console for what it does, you know, if you're looking for the revive, but I just don't really think it's that practical. Yeah. I mean, it's after those consoles have already failed you. Z. Like, you've already burned through those, and yeah. So there was a mention of trying out Obfuscation screen. Do I have that on this character? Yes, I do. So the question is, how is Obfuscation screen going to impact the Asclepius trait? So I'm going to go back in and try that in a patrol, actually. Yeah, Warp Core. When you get back up to the live point, you have to slow it back down.
The recent conflict at Jupiter.
Enemy ships warping in near Projection Station Alpha. We have multiple hull breaches in our...
Containment breach! Evacuating all personnel!
Hull is buckling. The card is dead in space. Incoming! Projector Station Beta! Attack!
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this probably didn't do much. Yeah, so it just, they didn't target me at all after I hit the obfuscation screen. The Voth ship is fine. It's a really good platform. It does have flaws, sure, against like the legendary Avenger. But right now I'm just trying out the trait from this and seeing if I can get it to do a lot by using obfuscation screen. I think the way I'm going to have to test this is in a in just a quick 1v1. I got it. The other account's just starting up right now. Good point. I'll throw whole image refractors on quick. Just waiting for the map. Thornburg, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Do I ever do U versus U for testing tank builds? No. If I'm testing a tank build, I just go into a solo Hive Elite and I just just do my testing in there. Like that's a pretty good test for like just seeing performance of like of a tank. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into obfuscation screen and I'm going to pop back out of it. So we see that it just did 167k heal there. Now I'm going to attack. Yeah, it appears that Eclepius doesn't work with the obfuscation screen, so that interaction is a no-go. Now if I try brace for impact, yeah, you can see the Asclepius engine immediately does the damage back to the target. I'm going to... I'll reuse obfuscation screen here in just a moment. Tort, thank you for the follow. The new ships are good. I mean, the Voth one is more impressive to me than the Atlas 2. I can't say the accessories off of either of them are really doing that much for me, but I'm sure people will enjoy them. Yeah, Eclepius just doesn't interact with obfuscation screen at all. So Darthon, there you go. And also, the way that this heal is working is it's going based off of what the very first heal you use like gives you. So I'm just going to hop onto that other account and fire up my character for a moment. Okay. So yeah, it's not taking like the total heal that the ability did. So if you have like a hazard emitters, it's not going to take the full, the full heal that hazard emitters provides. It's going to take basically that first tick and use that to determine the damage it's doing back to the person that shoots you. So I don't I really can't say I'm that impressed by this trait because I just don't see it being really that practical given how much just your standard bridge officer heals like Inge Team, Octasif, how much those sort of suck nowadays because you need to have a very large single heal where that heal is the first thing that pops up for the trait in order for it to do that damage. So I mean, I think the cooldown on the trait is too long. I guess the only concern with having no cap would be for PvP, but I think in PvE, this could have no cap and it'd probably not be the end of the world. In fact, I think that's the only way that this would be something getting any attention in PvE would be if there was just, no cap and it could just go off every heal. Wouldn't the single biggest heal would probably be miraculous repairs, wouldn't it? Makes me sick even saying those words. Because it doesn't work with DPRM. It's explicitly working with the like plus hit point heals. Captain, yeah, it is a captain ability. Um, whole lot of X. Yeah, I can try that. Okay, I'm gonna shoot at my character here until that is ready to go off. Did it already go off? Oh no, Kittimer's shield went off. Yeah, whole lot of X's. It did 34,000. Do I think it might do anything with feedback pulse? Absolutely nothing. That's not really an interaction where it's going to do anything. Yeah, so I think right now, with how the Voth trait currently is, it just isn't, like, I just don't think it's good. What about Inch Team 3? Oh, and I can use the... Oh, I don't have it equipped anymore. I can't use my nice revive console. What about Agent Nerul? That would be a very disappointing result because Agent Nerul is doing... I don't even have it equipped right now. Hold on. Agent Nerul is healing for 0.2% of your max hull, so once every 10 seconds you'd be able to... Yeah, I mean, that would be such a small amount of damage. Like, as is, this trait just isn't good enough. They would have to buff up this trait quite a bit, or... I almost think like removing that cap or having it take the total amount of heals you've had over the past 10 seconds. Like if it was based on like all of the heals you hit in the past 10 seconds, that might be different, but especially with there not being many whole heals that we're using on modern builds. Yeah. So Inch Team 3. I have that here, I believe. Or not. Like, what would Inch Team 3 even be here? Let me take a look. So, Inch Team 3... Like, Inch Team 3, this is part of the issues, right? The Bridge Officer heals, they just suck in the modern state of the game. They're designed for how the game was 15 years ago, and, you know, a lot's changed since then. People don't rely on these for healing their ships anymore, for the most part. Like, this heals 6,750 hit points with Engineering Team 3 for me, and my hull capacity right now is 145k. Yeah, you can buff it, that's true. But I think by the time you're going in and setting up a build where you're building entirely around that, like you're making a ton of sacrifices to try and buff up a trait that's not going to do that well. You know, you're talking about building around a trait to get it to do 100,000 damage to an opponent. But it can only do that every 10 seconds. So you're talking about something that, what, at best is going to be like 10k DPS? You can get Inch Team down to 10 seconds. Like, I just don't... I don't think it's good. I don't think it's a good trait. I don't think it, as is worth chasing. And with your colony consoles, it's only going to go off one tick of them. So that doesn't even... Let me see if I have one on hand just to demonstrate that. I don't have any TAC consoles in my inventory anymore. Do I have reiterative on me? Okay, let's try reiterative and see what that does. So well, that's based on incoming damage that I've taken in the previous second. I mean, I can put that on and we can see how it goes, but it'll take a moment here to cool down. Yeah, Darthon, yeah. New players though, Ryan, I understand where you're coming from with that and a lot of the themed opinions you have, but sometimes there are things that are just so bad that if someone new is trying to lean into those, they are going to make their experience of trying to get through content harder. And this legitimately does feel like it might just be bad enough with how it's currently implemented, where going in and trying to utilize this is just not going to do anything for people. I think if they remove the lockout on it, where it's only once every 10 seconds, if that was removed for PvE, it'd probably be a bit more interesting. But with how it is right now, it's rough. So I'm going to put auto fire on the other account, and I'm going to hit DPRM. Like, it just, I want to see what it did there. So there was 2 attacks there. The max, wow. The max one hit there was 32k. I don't know if it or not 32, just 32. 31.93. There's no K after that. That's just 2 digits. I'll wait for RC to be back up and try again. Just gotta wait a few more seconds for abilities. Let's wait for that grab wheel to go away. Okay. Other account's gonna start shooting at me again. Okay. Oh, let's turn that weapon off. Hit auto fire on it. There we go. So I could probably just scroll up and look at what Asclepius did here. Okay, so this would have been the combat here in the past minute. There's a lot of lines in combat. Looking for the lines that say Asclepius. I don't think it's working with the console heals. Like, I don't think RSC actually worked with it. Let me pull that back up in CLA. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that seems to actually be working with it is Brace for Impact for me, with how without having actual bridge officer heals on. It looks like the console heals that I have just are not working with it. Yeah, so RSC doesn't seem to be working with the trait. I mean, it just, to me, this trait just isn't impressive. Like, that's really the summary of it, is everything I'm seeing about this trait is that with how it's currently implemented, it's just not good. It doesn't work with the heals I have on some of my consoles. It's not working with hull regen, of course, which was to be expected. The more time that goes on and the more you get comfortable with the name Eclepius, the more you start mispronouncing it. Absolutely adorable. Terrible jobs. Okay, I'm going to drop the revive console, and I'm going to, let's see. I can put the Echelon console on. The Echelon console is pretty good. Or I could do something for extra damage, like the Kith console. The Kith console even has 10% additional bridge officer recharge time, so there we go. Let's give that a go. But yeah, I just really am not impressed with the trade off this, the console. I mean, it's been in the game for 12 years. It's just an enhanced version of it. It's a revive console. If you die, you can use it to just respawn right where you're at, basically, instead of needing to go back to the starting respawn point. But yeah, let's go into Hive Onslaught Elite public queue and give this another go. Yeah, the visual's a long time. Why die when you can die twice? Exactly. But yeah, I think the general summary thus far. Oh, my Hive got canceled out because I was in a private queue before. Run temporal, die 3 times? I like it. Actually, you could do 4 slot invincible from the Zal as well. But yeah, I think both ships are the Voth ship. I think is the better platform than the Trafalgar. The accessories from the Trafalgar, as is, I'm not that impressed with. The Voth ship, the trait, I think, is just really bad with how it's currently implemented with the cooldowns. The ship itself is really good, though. Lord Kempek, how's it going? Yeah, it's a really good looking ship. I wish I had a real time up. I'll feedback. No, I can't stop firing. Okay, feedback got dealt with good. There we go. I mean, 1.75 mil with the new free event ship using Plasma CSV Uncon console spam setup, but still, it's a decent performer. Like it's a very solid platform. Yeah, it's a really solid ship. Mac, how's it going? It's also textured for the player's pleasure. Indeed, Arrow. Yeah, the visuals of the ship, it's always been a bit of a meme. Is just the platform better than the Breen Dread? No, the Breen Dreadnought's better. I would still like between this and the Breen Dread, I would fly the Breen Dread like for performance. This is just, this for being a free event ship is really quite good. Not happy with the Stronghold and the Vandy Shields, but the Endeavor Vandy Shield looks so good on it. Did I have Hellbore on? No. No, that was no Hellbore. I'm using the Combat Log Analyzer CLA because it will split out Hellbore into two separate lines here to make it visible when it is used. So you can see Dan had Hellbore on it. It split it out right there into two lines. So you can very easily see when Hellbore's going to run with CLA. Well, the Rampart's already in a Muds bundle. Which TFO is the fastest for the latest event? Beaumont, just keep a character parked at the Voth ground battle zone. How does the Platinum Vandy look on it? We could take a look there. Freedom, hopefully soon. How much do the Endeavors help? They undoubtedly help quite a bit. I don't have an exact number for you, though. I think I showed the Platinum before, but yeah, here's the Platinum. The Endeavor one is really cool on this, though. Yeah, that's Agony Redistributor. What's wrong with the sensor phantom projector and why isn't it used? I just don't like that it turns the enemies in a different direction. Indeed. They've done a great job. The buyout's 2,500 Zen, Nick. Just give me a minute here. We're gonna go to the BRB screen for just a moment. Okay. Let's go back here. Where is it? Stream old. So here's the Endeavor Vanity on the Voth Stronghold. Yeah, so this is the Endeavor Vandy for like when you get up to 1,250 Endeavor points. That's gonna look so good in 3 years. Yeah, it's so ridiculous how long that system takes. But it looks good. Like the reddish eyes there on the Voth ship. What it looks like, it looks cool. Do I have the pink Vandy shield? I do, but not on me right this second. I don't think. Let me take a look. The Deca stream will be starting here in about 6 minutes, so when their stream starts, I'm gonna pass folks over to them. So Trafalgar is a pretty good ship. Yeah, I mean the Trafalgar's fine. Yeah, the Trafalgar's perfectly fine. Here's the pink Vandy shield. Yeah, and the medical, I don't think I keep that one on me. Okay, I do apparently. Not something I'm a big fan of, but I know some of you will like that. I mean, if that's what you guys want, I mean, they're going to be talking about the Voth ship most likely, so... I mean, I can keep going if you guys want. I have no issue, continuing. Yeah, they'll probably just be talking about the Voth ship. Let me see, do they have their title set yet? Yeah. Yeah, they're just going over the Voth Stronghold. $1,250 points, no biggie, yeah. Yeah, I guess we could just keep going, and let's see. Can the free ship here? I know this is a stream and I should be interacting with folks a bit more, but how about I see if the Voth Stronghold can hold its own and do a solo? Can the new free event ship solo ISE? That's the question. I see I've got Discord messages, so let me just see if this is quick. The gear can, yes, the gear can, absolutely. It's also that I find doing solos to be a bit more consistent for performance testing. Yeah. The default skin is very pretty on the inflatable butt plug. Just don't gamble for the Trafalgar. No, I don't think the Trafalgar is even worth 1.5 bill. Hopefully they have some plans to buff the console up, but yeah, that console as is, they were hoping for like a meta shakeup like something as impactful as the original DPRM, and they missed the mark. But it just is not anywhere close to where it needs to be for that. I did queue. It's just taking a while for the map to load. Agent 79, thank you for the sub. Greatly appreciate it. Can the just buy TC be said about every ship, basically? That's just how it goes. Things change over time.
Scanning the nanite trench.
CSV misfired. Oh, I gotta love it. Broadside helped carry me through that, thankfully. Not enough uncon on here to have my Credence console back up already. Weapons can fire whenever. Really sloppy right there. The end slowed down a little bit there. I don't know what was going on, but still. Been cleared 2 mil solo. 96 seconds is a little bit slower than I'd like, but still did fine. Just not enough uncon was my issue there. I just didn't have my abilities back up when I'm used to having them back up. Should rename it from CSV to Misfire 123. Is campaign event. Yeah, the current event is part of the event campaign. Yeah, so I didn't end up using any of the new consoles or traits that released today, because I don't really... Is there any benefit to doing the Voth event even though you already have the ship? So if I continue to play it, it would be for dilithium, and if I hadn't completed the event campaign already, it'd be for extra event campaign progress. Yeah, 2 mil with a misfire at the start's not bad. Yeah, it could have been a little bit better there for sure. I'm gonna swap back over to the Trafalgar for a little bit. We'll do another run or two with that. No, you cannot bank points up for the next event campaign. So you're asking about, you've already completed the event campaign. Is it worth, or what do you get for continuing to do it? It's explicitly just the event rewards at that point. If you've already completed the event campaign, your progress is not going to carry over to next year, any extra progress you get. So you're just playing the remaining events explicitly for the event rewards and the lithium. I don't think I really had much to react to, Stanky Boy. I mean, I've already got assessments of the ships. Like, they're both fine ships. The free one, the Voth, that's better. The Trafalgar, like, again, this is just a Shangri-La, which is $30 in the Zen store with the ability to run a graph well. Like, that's the difference. Yeah. Any spoilers for October? I mean, I think we've got the next season dropping in the next month or so, so as we approach the end of September, I would expect there to be some more news. But, you know, we've got new story content incoming, new TFOs, you know, more ships, I would imagine. Yeah, Darthon, I heard it was extended like a day. Ozon, it does include the D7. You just have to get the Discovery Merrick Worker Flight Deck Carrier box. So if you want the where is it here? It should show the pack that it comes from. Yeah, so the D7 Merrick Worker Flight Deck Carrier pack, that's going to be in the same box as the Discovery Connie Merrick Worker Flight Deck Carrier. So they should be in a box that's Discovery Flight Deck Carrier or something, and then that box, once selected, would give you the option to pick the D7, so long as you have the cross-faction flying unlock on your account. Yeah. Okay, let's do Hives on cooldown, Infected's on cooldown. Terrible. Here. Public queue of Cure found elite. If anyone wants to join, we'll watch the Trafalgar shoot out some pulse phasers. William, that is a terrible thing that Nick NB put out there, and I think this is, proof that it's two different people. 5 T6 coupon giveaway in the Deca stream. Okay. Guys, if you're on Twitch, hop on over to the Deca stream. They're doing a coupon giveaway over there. I'll raid out on the Twitch side after this. Oh, this thing just doesn't want to die, does it? This is the issue with phasers, is you don't have the shield pen damage that like plasma has. I heard Hellbore. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the link in chat. Just give me a second here, and I'll do that. Fire will misfired. This ruins the immersion. There we go. Yep, let's raid out on the Twitch side. Okay, so the Twitch side is gonna raid out to the Deca dev stream. I'm gonna drop the link in chat over here. So let's raid. And if you guys are on the YouTube side, let's hop on over there. I'm going to just wrap things up here. They're doing the dev stream. There's apparently a giveaway going on over there. I need to go grab some food anyways. So thank you all for tuning in. The raid is live on Twitch. Hop on over there. Again, apparently they're going to be giving away some coupons is what was said in chat. Hopefully someone wasn't trolling with that. I really hope that wasn't a troll. Okay, that might have been a troll. Damn it. You have to chat apparently do the thing they're doing? Okay, it's nuclear triad, okay. Yeah, so hop on over to the Deca stream. I don't see any comments about anything official about the coupons. Suna announced it. You have it running concurrently? Okay. You're real? Good. Yeah, hop on over there, say something in the chat. Yeah. Again, link is there. I'm going to link it again, but I'm going to bail out here. So thank you to everyone for tuning into this stream. Again, to quickly recap, the accessories from both ships are not anything that super impressive to me. Hopefully we see the Atlas console buffed up, but as is, like, yeah, there's no performance reasons currently to get the Atlas or the Trafalgar. That's more of a theme option right now. And for the Voth ship, it's free. It's really good. Definitely go in and pick that up from the event. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in, and I will see you guys around.